Hello and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. And so I'm going
All of his
to...
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Quiet.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so I'm gonna go, because I saw this other door this one way.
When Stanley
And so-
came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, that's what I want to do. Actually, there's a path that leads from the employee lounge onto the main path.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Okay, that's enough drinking it all in. Wait, what?
Yes, really worth it being here. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I will take the first open door on my left, says Stanley.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Well, now I'm curious about what this is. I'll get back to it later.
Yet there was not a single person here.
Tips for not
either.
getting fired.
Feeling a
Talk
wave
less.
of
Do
disbelief,
unbelievably
Stanley decided
amazing
to go
work
up
all the
to his
time, every
boss's
day.
office,
With
hoping he might find an answer there.
yes, okay, I go this way. It's just a broom closet. Wait, are there any brooms in the broom closet?
Stanley stepped
There's
into
a
the
broom.
closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I got back on track.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I walked upstairs to my boss's office. And there was nobody there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Sewage, Lilies by Claude, Money.
Stanley just sat around
Carte
twiddling his
Blanc,
thumbs. Trying to
Mont
input
Blanc.
anything on the device was useless, since he could never
I am the
possibly
most
know
expensive
that the
boss.
combination was 2845.
2, 8, 4, 5. I think my boss likes
Incredibly,
cats.
by simply pushing random buttons
Cat.
on the keypad, Stanley happened to input
Cat.
the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
And when I go down the elevator, there should... Hello, Abram. So anyways, there should be a path leading off of this path down
Descending
here.
deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Yes.
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Now there should be a path on the left that says escape.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What about the little door that says escape?
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Ooh, joy! Yay, 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 yay! Ooh, that's weird. They boarded up the window. Okay, death, 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 yay, death and death and death, and more
The door
death.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Yep, but I'm not gonna take any of those
At this point,
opportunities.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward. and willingly confront his death.
Yay, death! Yay! Loading screen. So no death? Why isn't it gonna kill me? I wanted death.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
What?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Okay. Oh no! Boxes. Okay. Okay, I'm not dead.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
The Stanley
What exactly
Parable.
did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
The Stanley Parable. That's the game I'm playing. Can you turn the light back off? Ooh.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance,
Okay.
death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Thank you.
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development through the core layout, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. So this is very interesting. It's a top-down view of the game up until the two doors. The two doors. This set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, the exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Contradiction. Okay. Filing cabinets. Very dramatic, very intense. Stanley's computer. Such a beautiful piece of technology. The nature paintings. So beautiful. I can't step in front of this painting. So beautiful. It's an office. The office. 1, 2, 3. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Interesting, very interesting. Office computers. I broke it. Oops. Oh no, I broke them. The credits. Boring. No, not really, but still. Ooh, numbers. I wish I could sprint. The office. Maintenance room. an early version of the maintenance room. They've added a bit to it, I can see. Greenlight. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight Valve's process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which are still enough to win the community's approval. Interesting. Warzone. What? Tron. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. This action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Interesting. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these and further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Oh, okay. Interesting. The office. The lounge. An early version of the lounge. They've changed it quite a lot. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Can I pick up the phone here? No, I can't pick up the phone here. The cargo lift. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. The cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look like more like a place where cargo was actually stored. They succeeded. This is really big. The maintenance layout. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. Meeting room. Ooh, what's this? Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon it and change it again shortly before launch. Zending. What's the Zending? I'm not sure what Zending is. The game is now paused. To begin the game again? Escape menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. That sounds frustrating. Especially with that resume the game button. That was a good idea for taking that out. The Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Interesting. The Zending levers. These were originally a part of the Zending. A player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. Interesting. So I would say the green is not creative. Trailers we ran. Are these trailers? No? Okay. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is preparing a new version of the scared me for a second. Interesting. Countdown disc. One of the discs from an early version of the countdown ending. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Monitor door, monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could be up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down. Placed the two endings together instead. Like in the original game, actually. Countdown room. An early version of the countdown room, where you descend into the center, I can see. Game design mock-up. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. Good, 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 good. Ah, it's too much stuff. Too much information. I've gotta go.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Who? The narrator and me? I wish to be free. I don't know about the narrator. Oh. Goodbye, game.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now. It'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
So dramatic. Much cussing. So dramatic. Much crushing. So wait, what? Begin the game again. So such drama. So many crushings. So painful. Now I'm gonna go that other way because I saw
All
it.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Nothing.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
They're all dead. You already told me what you did to them. You erased them. You erased them from the game.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, admire.
Yes, this room. What a beauty. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Well, I can't go right, so I have to go left.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I didn't know you made mistakes, narrator.
No, 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 not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
What are you
It's
thinking?
clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
What, reading the script?
Now, let's
I thought you were more
see.
professional.
Right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Ah, good. Truck. Generator. Stairs. Red light. No green light. Oh,
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top.
what? What? Okay, well, I'm gonna end it here because my brain hurts from that ending, and it was also a bit too much hilarity for me, so I'm gonna have to end it, or else I'm going to, I don't know, something's gonna happen. I don't know. If I finish this, something's gonna happen. That was some ending. That was hilarious. That was... Narrator, why? The narrator just messed up and... Bye, guys. Bye. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.